I just got done finished listening to Bo the Fifth Column talking about the filibuster, and he talked about, in short, that what the filibuster been used for is just, this is happening. We don't want it, and if we can outlast it, then it won't happen. And sometimes it's used to dissuade, persuade, whatever the agenda is for whomever and whatever it needs to be. Okay. And it's been heralded in TV shows and movies about how triumph and victorious and how withstanding someone can be. They stood there for all these hours and they talked and they pushed their need for the people and and all this, and so you glorify it and it's like, man, this is needed, this is wow, see how great this person was. And fiction is never the same thing as nonfiction sometimes. In this, it does happen, but there's usually a joint effort within that same tribe, as we'll call it. It's not about if you're this supporter, that supporter, or if you voted for this or voted for that. It's, we don't want the other tribe by any means to get what they want. It's never about we're trying to get what we want. It's just the filibuster is to block the other side. But what is the filibuster truthfully? What is it really right now, at this day and age, at this state of us? The filibuster is, well, it's just a way to get your vote. The Democrats say we want to get rid of the filibuster. And you say, yes. Yeah, because all we ever known is that the Republicans use it to stop you from doing anything. That's it. If you get rid of it, then you're certainly going to get our vote. You're certainly going to get, more years in office. So fight to get rid of it. You can do it. So you're cheering your tribe. And it's reasonable. It is. But what's the truth? Well, it's an empty promise. Just as much as, and I know that probably turned a lot of you off, but humans are pattern seekers, aren't we? We try to see what's been going on and whatnot. And if you want to know the future, you need to know the past. So, what's the past? The past has been, what did George W. Bush say? We're going to get rid of the IRS. We're going to get rid of taxes. He said that. Then what did Obama say? We're not going to bail anyone out. No more golden parachutes. You fail, you fail. It's that simple. Anyone else fail, they fail. Why? You need to be subjected to the same thing. That's capitalism. But we didn't get either of those, did we? What did Trump say he's going to do? He's going to build a wall to keep out the other, right? We're going to ban the other from coming here. Now that more or less, somewhat kind of ish happened, somewhat in a way. The wall was getting put up, but it stopped. There was a travel ban until there won't. And now we're going to get rid of the filibuster. It's a pattern. You got just a little bit left to go, and you need something that people can hold on to and say, we're going to do this. But listening to Bo, I got to be honest with you, I was a little bit thrown off. It was hard to follow. But what he was saying was, if the Democrats go through with this, they need to play hardball and say, look, any progressive agenda out there, in other words, progress, not progressive politically, just progress. So any progressing agenda that would help people, it needs to get pushed then and there. Because you get rid of filibuster, all you need is a 51% majority. That's it. You just, hey, we got all the Democrats. We want this. We're going to vote for this. This is what's going to happen. And nobody can stop it. And that's it. So you want Medicare for all? Bam. Done. You want, a living wage of no less than $20 $2 an hour to fit all this inflation and stuff, bam, it's done. You know, if you know whatever you need, whatever you want, bam, it's done. But then if the Democrats say, hey, look, we got rid of the filibuster, you know, yeah, cool, because this is most likely. If the Democrats say, yeah, we got the filibuster, it's removed, no more filibuster, you know, that crap can't happen. And they say, good, we got rid of it, but we're not going to do anything with it. Because the truth is, the Democrats, they said that they don't do progressive agenda. Biden and the camp all said that nothing fundamentally will change. And that's under Trump's, you know, administration. Under Trump administration, he said nothing will fundamentally change. So if they get rid of the filibuster, who are they doing it for? They would be doing it for the Republicans. They'd be doing it for those donors that tell the Democrats, hey, get rid of this so that we can all get that, because Republicans are for corporations and Democrats are for corporations. That's pretty much it. That's why nothing would fundamentally change. No matter how bad Trump had made it, nothing would fundamentally change. And if the Republicans are able to say, look, we got 51 or 53 or 54% majority, then, you know, the highest grade education you'll never need is 8. You know, you can't teach critical race theory. Matter of fact, we're going to change how all of history is given. And by, you know, I mean, it's going to become, you know, one of the most scariest tribal dictatorships you've ever seen. And everything that you work hard for is going to revert back to about the 1950s. And it won't be about the tax. Oh, no, revert it back, but corporations get to keep the money. That's all that it's saying. So it's needed. The filibuster is just as needed to stop the corporate Democrats and these Republicans in general. That's what the filibuster is needed for. And you know what? It's not them who need it. Right now, I would say it's us. But we don't have a say, do we? In truth, we don't have a say. What we have is we sit down, we listen to the news, whichever news outlet you choose, social or paid. You listen to whatever news it is. You just listen. It's not that you necessarily critically think about it. You listen, you hear it. And if they say something against who you don't like, then you're like, mm-hmm. And that's about it. And if they aren't saying anything glowing about someone that you're for, then you kind of lilt your head and give them a side eye look. And at the end of every single waking day that we have, is not that we do anything. We just have to accept what is done to us. And since we can't do anything to those doing things to us, we have to take it out on those that are equal on footing with us. That's it. Those who are equal to us, we take it out on, while those that do it to us, we just make excuses for. We hate those that hurt us. We make excuses for those that hurt us that we side with. And that's it. If there's anything that's going to be scary about this Halloween, it's these facts. And if you did, thank you for listening.